Hello there, I'm Mrs. Groovy Groves and I'm here to help you with Lesson 9 practice problems. Number 1, there are 10 rings on an archery target. Each ring is 4 centimeters wide. As you can see, the diameter of the circle would be 80. And this would be 80 as well. So let's think about this, okay? With what they even said too, this was very important. They said that each ring is 4 centimeters long. So that's 4, etc., etc. All of this would be 4 centimeters long because all of that would add up to 40, you know? So I'm going to put 4 on all of these. And 4 times 10 is 40. And remember that the whole entire thing was 80. Okay? So we need to understand that. As I said, each ring was 40. So number 1, it says find the area of the yellow region. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to find the area of just this circle right here. There's no need to find the area of this circle and add it to this or whatnot. Let's just find the area of this. We're going to find the area, the area is the number of square units that fits inside of the shape. So what we're going to do is we're going to need the area formula. Area equals pi r squared. Okay, hold on just a second. Area of a circle is equal to pi times r squared. Well, we know what pi is. We know it's 3.14. And we need to understand what the radius is. So right here, these 2 rings are 4 each. So the radius of the 2 yellows would be 8. So we would have 8 squared. 8 squared is 64. And 3.14 times 64 is approximately 201 centimeters squared. Easy, right? All right, moving on to B, the red region, rings 7 and 8. Okay, so let's take a look at the red region. So here's the strategy. The strategy is we're going to find the area of this entire circle right here, okay? And then we're going to subtract the yellow region, what we just found from the last problem, okay? So let's do this. We're going to have area of a circle is equal to pi times r squared. Pi is 3.14, and we need to know the radius of the outside red ring. By the way, it doesn't look red to me, it looks orange. So, okay, so we have this 4, 4, 4, and 4. We have 4 4s. The radius would therefore be 16. So I have 16 squared, and 16 squared would be 256, and 256 times 3.14 would be approximately 804. So now what we have to do is, remember, we wanted the red region, but part of this is the yellow region. So let's subtract that 201 from the last answer. So we need to do 804 minus 201 to get approximately 603 centimeters squared. All right, the black ring, rings 3 and 4. All right, so let's write down our formula because that's what we got to do first. And we all know that pi is 3.14. So what we need to know is the radius of the black ring, okay? So taking a look at this outside black ring, the radius would be that 4. I'm going to count how many times I go inside, okay? Because then we're just going to times it by 4. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 times 4 would be 32. So the radius would therefore be 32. And 32 squared is 1,024. And if you times that by 3.14, you'd get 3,215. So now what we have to do is we have to find Oh, we gotta find the area of this. Okay, if we find the area of all of that, then we're gonna subtract it away from the area of the black circle. This is a complicated problem, ladies and gentlemen. This is definitely making me think. This is not easy. All right, so we'll have 3.14 is pi. And now let's go find the radius of the blue region. Okay, so count the rings with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 times 4 is 24. The radius would therefore be 24. 24 squared is 576, and 576 times 3.14 is 1,809. So now what we have to do is we're going to take those two areas and we're going to subtract for an approximate answer of 1,406 centimeters squared. Woo! This was a long problem. All right, let's move on to number 2. It says a circle with a 12-inch diameter is folded in half and then folded in half again. What is the resulting area? Oh, interesting. All right, so we have a circle, and it says it has a 12-inch diameter. Okay. The first thing I like to do is I like to identify D and R. If D is 12, half of 12 would be 6. So if this is folded in half, this would make this shape, right? It'd be half of a circle. And if it's folded in half again, it would make a quarter of a circle. Okay, so here's our plan. Our strategy is to find the area of an entire circle, and then what we're going to do is we're going to slice it into fourths so that we only know what the resulting area is. Okie dokes. So let's do area of a circle is equal to pi times r squared. And now it's time to plug and substitute. Plug. There's my plug. 6 squared is 36. And 3.14 times 36 is 113.04. Okay? And now what we're going to do is we're going to slice this. Ooh, I don't know about my line there. We're going to divide this into fourths because we want to know what a quarter is. And that would be approximately 28.26 inches squared. Okie dokes. Number 3. Some Hawaiian chiefs wore capes that were covered with red, yellow, and black feathers. Describe how you would estimate the area of this cape. Okay, well, what fraction of a circle do you think we have here? I mean, I don't know. To me, it looks like about 3/4. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to say we would calculate the area of a circle and multiply that answer by 3/4 or 0.75. Either of those numbers would be great, and that would find 3/4 of whatever answer it is. Okay, number 4. I didn't love the last problem, by the way. Find the area of the shaded region. Express your answer in terms of pi. Okay, I don't know if you've had these types of problems before, but I'm going to do this in terms of pi because sometimes when we use 3.4, that's an estimation because pi is a never-ending number. If we use pi, that is an exact answer because we're leaving it with the pi sign. All right, so what do we see at the root of this problem? What do we see? Okay, I see a rectangle and I see 3 circles, almost like a snowman. Okay, so I'm going to write down my formulas that I need. I have area of a rectangle, which is base times height. Okay, let's do that one first because that's got to be easier. So the base is 18 and the height of this, do you agree, would be 3 plus 6 plus 9 plus 12? Okay, well, if you add up all of these numbers, 3 plus 6 plus 9 plus 12, that would get you 30 inches. I'm just going to put this over here on this side. Okay, so my plug is 18 times 30, and 18 times 30 is 540. Okay, so now what? Now I know that I have to run the area of a circle formula, and I know I have to run it 3 times. Okay, so I'm going to have pi times r squared, and to run the formula, you need to know what r is. Okay, so based off this right here, if this is 6, do you agree that the diameter of this circle would be 6? If the diameter of that circle is 6, then r would be half of that, which would be 3. If this is 9, the diameter would be 9, and then half of that would be 4.5. And same thing for the last one. If this diameter of the circle is 12, then half of 12 would be 6. Okay, so we're going to do this. Oh, I'm not going to do I'm going to have equals pi times 3 squared. 3 squared is 9, so my answer for this is 9 pi. That's for the first circle, okay? And then for the second circle, I'm just going to go up here. For my second circle, I would have pi times 4.5 squared. Well, 4.5 squared is 20.25. So the coefficients always go first, okay? The pi symbol goes in the back of the answer. So now we have the third circle, which is pi r squared, and we would have pi times 6 squared. And 6 squared is 36, and 36 times pi is 36 pi. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is 9 pi, this is 20.25 pi, and this is 36 pi. What we need to do is we need to add up those areas. So let's add that up. I have 9 pi plus 20.25 pi plus 36 pi. If you add all of that up, you know, the 9 plus the 20.25 plus the 36, you would get 65.25 pi. So what we need to do is we need to take the area of the rectangle minus the area of the 3 circles, and that would be our final answer. So, and they said they wanted the answer in terms of pi, so that's all you have to do. This is an exact answer because we did not replace pi with 3.14. Okay, number 5. Oh, there's still 2 more problems. Find the area of this shape in 2 different ways. Okay, well, I'm not going to do 2 different ways. I'm just going to do one way because... Okay, here's my 2 shapes that I see. I see a rectangle, and I also see a triangle, okay? So let's write down our formulas of what we need. I need to know the base and height, and the area of a triangle is equal to base times height divided by 2. Okay, so the base of my, okay, let's talk about this. The base of my rectangle is 3, and the height of my rectangle is 4. So 3 times 4 is 12. Okay, now we need to talk about the base and height of the triangle. And ladies and gentlemen, the height of a triangle and the base of a triangle are perpendicular to each other. So when I look at this triangle, the base of this triangle is 2. Now the height of this triangle, well, let's use logic and common sense. If this whole entire thing was 3, and we know this piece is 1, wouldn't this piece here have to be 2, because 2 plus 1 is 3? So this is the missing piece. The base and height of that triangle is 2 and 2. So I have 2 times 2 divided by 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 divided by 2 is 2. And all we have to do is take 12 minus 2 to get 10 meters squared. Whew, okay, last problem. Elena and Jada both read at a constant rate, but Elena reads more slowly. For every 4 pages that Elena can read, Jada can read 5. Complete the table. Here's an equation for the table. J equals 1.25e. What does the 1.25 mean? All right, let's do this. Okay, so they're clearly using J and E. So let's label our table. I'm going to say E and J. So K is going to equal J divided by E, which is 5 over 4, or 1.25, whatever you want to use. Okay? So we know that going across, like that's the unit rate. So obviously that would be, I'm going to use decimals, 1.25. And then we have 9 times 1.25 and E times 1.25. So 9 times 1.25, here I'm going to write that down. 9 times 1.25 is 11.25. And E times 1.25 is 1.25E, or 5/4 E. Now we're going backwards over here. So if we're going backwards, we need to divide by 1.25. And 15 divided by 1.25 is 12. Oh, this is very interesting. I haven't seen this type of problem. J divided by 1.25. Okay, give me 1 second, okay? Because what I want to do is this. I know that 1.25 is 5/4. So do you all agree that I could have said J equals 5/4 E? Okay? Since we're going backwards, this would be E. Oh yeah. E is equal to 4/5 J. So if you're going, so this would be 4/5 J, or you could say 4/5 J, or you could say 0.8 J. And sorry, I already answered this question here. I kind of remember reading about this. It says write an equation for this relationship that starts with E. So remember that every PR has 2 equations, one being the reciprocal. So we would say E equals 4/5 J. Okie doke's gonna box my answer. And then on B, it says, here's the equation, J equals 1.25E. What does the 1.25 mean? Okay, so just read it straight from the table. 1.25 pages read by Jada is equivalent to 1 page read by Elena. So let's just say, you can say it so many different ways. For every one page that Elena reads, Jada reads 1.25 pages. Alrighty, this was a very long assignment, but challenging, but so awesome as well. So I hope I have helped you. This is Mrs. Groovy Grove signing out. Have a wonderful day.